Ryan Coogler, the visionary filmmaker whose name has become synonymous with culturally resonant blockbusters like Black Panther and the atmospheric horror of Sinners, has long operated on the fringes of Hollywood's gilded institutions. His recent revelation about turning down an invitation to join the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences in 2016 peels back yet another layer of his principled ethos, offering a window into the mind of a creator who prioritizes craft over cachet. This decision, far from a snub born of ego, stems from a profound discomfort with the evaluative machinery of awards culture, a stance that challenges the very foundations of an industry he both critiques and elevates. In a candid conversation with the New York Times, Coogler articulates his rationale with the clarity of someone who's wrestled with these tensions for years. It's not out of animosity, he assures, dispelling any notion of bitterness toward the Academy's storied halls. Instead, it's rooted in a personal aversion to judgment, a trait that might surprise those who see him as the architect of high-stakes narratives. "And I'm not good at judging things, bro," he confesses, the colloquialism grounding his confession in everyday humility. For Coogler, the act of sifting excellence from the merely good, "hey, pick the best thing," isn't a neutral exercise, it's a pressure cooker that extracts stress from even the most innocuous scenarios. This aversion isn't abstract, it's visceral, tied to the blue-collar heartbeat of filmmaking that Coogler champions. He elaborates on the disconnect between the red carpet glamour and the gritty labor that births these visions. People see the tuxedo, they see the red carpet, but it's real blue-collar folks making these movies happen. It's a clarion call to remember the unsung heroes, the grips wrestling with dawn shoots, the editors piecing together midnight magic, the costume designers stitching stories into seams. Coogler's films, from the Wakandan epics to the intimate pulses of Creed, thrive on this collaborative ethos, where success is communal, not comparative. To join the Academy, in his view, would entangle him in a system that commodifies that very labor, reducing art to checklists and ballots. Echoing sentiments from a prior THR interview, Coogler doubles down on his philosophy: "I don't buy into this versus that, or this movie wasn't good enough to make this list." His love for cinema is boundless, a devotion that doesn't require hierarchies to validate it. "I love movies. For me, that's good enough." This rejection of gatekeeping aligns with his oeuvre, where underdogs rise not through judgment but through sheer, unyielding will. Black Panther's cultural earthquake wasn't about Oscars, though they came. It was about representation rippling through global consciousness, a victory measured in hearts stirred, not statuettes clutched. Yet Coogler isn't blind to the trade-offs. He acknowledges the exposure that Academy membership affords, the doors it cracks open for emerging voices. "But if I'm going to be a part of organizations, they're going to be labor unions, where we're figuring out how to take care of each other's families and health insurance." Here lies the crux of his defense, a redirection toward equity over elitism. Unions, in his blueprint, are battlegrounds for tangible change, securing benefits for the crews that make dreams tangible, advocating for fair pay in an industry rife with disparities. It's a vision of solidarity that contrasts sharply with the Academy's often criticized insularity, where diversity initiatives feel like afterthoughts rather than imperatives. Coogler's journey to this stance is woven from the threads of his Oakland roots, where community trumped competition and storytelling was survival. Directing Fruitvale Station at 27 thrust him into the spotlight, but it was Black Panther that made him a cultural lodestar, grossing billions while dissecting colonialism and identity. Through it all, he's remained the filmmaker who credits his mother's kitchen table wisdom as much as any script supervisor. Declining the Academy invite in 2016, amid the organization's post-#Oscars So White reckoning, feels like a quiet act of resistance, a vote for art's intrinsic worth over its institutional anointing. Consider the ripple effects. For young directors of color, Coogler's candor is a beacon, validating the unease many feel in rooms that echo with exclusion. It prompts introspection. What does it mean to judge when the canon itself is skewed? His preference for labor-focused affiliations could inspire a shift, funneling talent toward unions that amplify marginalized voices. Imagine a Hollywood where ballot pushing gives way to benefit building, where award seasons yield to advocacy cycles. In Sinners, his latest, Coogler explores redemption through flawed souls, a metaphor perhaps for an industry seeking absolution. His Academy abstention isn't rejection, it's refinement, a call to build better tables, not just claim seats at flawed ones. As he forges ahead, directing tales that pulse with humanity's unjudged complexities, Coogler reminds us, true mastery lies not in picking winners, but in lifting all boats. In a world quick to rank, his is a voice that chooses connection, crafting cinema that's judged not by peers, but by the lives it touches.